Hi, my name is Dave Schmidtke. I'm the Public Information Officer here at Clark County Fire District 6. Welcome to the 2024 Levy Lid Lift Roundtable. Of course, first question a lot of people are going to have is, what is a levy lid lift? Well, it's a good question. It's actually why we are here today. We want to take a few moments to educate you a little bit about what a levy is and what a lid lift is. I can tell you right off the bat, it's very important because the levy represents about 98% of our funding here at Clark County Fire District 6. So it's kind of, a lifeline that we very much need. Of course, we have some other people in the room who know a great deal more about this than I do. And that is Commissioner Chris Pfeiffer, who joins us today, and Fire Chief Kristen Mauer.
I just realized I didn't have the owl view up there. I just have the screen of the PowerPoint. Yeah. So
Dang it, that was pretty good.
that was really good, Dave. It was so good.
I'll take two. That was perfect. Let's do it again.
It's really good.
You sound like a director. Dang it. Wow. Hi, I'm Dave Schmidtke. I'm the Public Information Officer here at Clark County Fire District 6. Welcome to the 2024 Levy Lid Lift Roundtable. Of course, the first question most people have when they hear something like that is, what is a levy and what is a lid lift? Well, I'll tell you right off the bat, it's something very important for us here at Clark County Fire District 6, because the levy is the main way that we're funded. About 98% of our funding comes through a levy directly from our citizens. Now, I happen to have some people in the room that are a great deal more knowledgeable than I am on this subject. So I want to introduce them to you. We have Commissioner Chris Pfeiffer joining us today and Fire Chief Kristen Mauer to talk about this subject. So let's get started with Commissioner Pfeiffer. Take it away.
Great. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, I'd like to begin this evening with an overview of our service area and the services that we provide. So Fire District 6, we serve a population of around 75,000 people with compassion, care, and professionalism. Our service area is over 37 square miles, and it includes the communities of Hazeldale, Salmon Creek, Elida, Mount Vista, Fairgrounds, and Lakeshore. Here at Fire District 6, we provide fire suppression, emergency medical service, both basic life support and advanced life support paramedic services. We provide fire prevention, public education, technical rescue, and hazardous materials incident response. Fire District 6 is proud to say that we operate under a balanced budget, and we also have passed all of our independent audits by the state of Washington.
Well, that's helpful.
So when we talk about fire district funding, it can be very confusing and it takes a while to learn how it works. But we receive no funds from the county, the state, or the federal government. All of our funds come from tax levies that are paid for through your property taxes. So we have amounts that are capped for our levies. A fire levy is capped at $1.50 per thousand of assessed value, and an EMS levy is capped at 50 cents per thousand of assessed value. We currently have both of those levies at District 6. However, over time, as assessed value increases, those levy rates decrease. So over time, those levy rates drop from $1.50 and continue to decrease. Right now, we're collecting $1.15 per thousand on our levy. So that's why we're going out to the voters and educating them on what it would mean to bring our levy back up from $1.15 to $1.50. And that's what a fire levy lid lift is.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a pretty good chunk of money.
It is. Yes. And the main reason why we need this is we know that we can run the fire district at the current service level that we do today at $1.50 per thousand. But as that goes down, our call volumes still continue to go up, which means we get more responses for emergencies, more calls for emergencies, and we're doing it at less of a collection rate. So over the last 5 years, our call volumes have increased 33%. And this fire levy funds everything from our emergency personnel, our training and certifications, maintenance, medical equipment, the apparatus we respond on, the facilities, and first aid supplies that we use. So essentially it funds everything that comes into the fire department and goes back out to the community.
It seems like when you put the label fire service on anything, it becomes 3 times more expensive.
I think anytime anything's specialized, right, it
Yeah.
becomes more expensive, but yes, the equipment we use industry standard equipment. We try to get the best equipment for our dollar, but we're not extravagant in what we spend. We buy the equipment we need to do our jobs. Currently, our 2024 fire operating budget is $17,166,844. So like I said, 98%, almost 98% of our budget comes from those tax levies. The other 2% is from things that we do like contract out, some grants and that kind of stuff, but very minimal funding, 2% that we get from other funding sources. So that's why these levies are so important to us and why the community support is so important to us. Our 2024 operating expenditures exceed what we anticipate our budget to be. So our expenditures this year in 2024 are $19,720,295. And the reason why I say that is we do budget and carry over some so that we don't deficit spend.
You know, a lot of people, it's funny because we do station tours a lot of the times, and that's one of the first things that folks are surprised about. Hey, first of all, that we're not Vancouver Fire. And we're not. And we like them, but we ain't them. But the second thing is that we're so dependent on direct citizen support.
Yeah, and really, that citizen support, what we believe at District 6 is that we know that we would not exist without the support of our community. And we know that everything we have, from our uniforms to our stations, to our apparatus, to our firefighters, are truly gifts of the community, and we value that. And so we're very humbled to know that we wouldn't be able to do what we do and have what we have without the support of our community. So we're very grateful.
Very cool. All right. So it's almost like a double whammy, though, it seems like. I mean, our income has been going down, yet the call volume's going up.
Correct. So what increased call volume really means is it means that we have to put more firefighters on the street. We have to increase our firefighter footprint within the community, and we have to have more people to respond to calls. Because as we get more and more calls, if we don't add more staffing to deliver services to those calls, what happens is our response times get longer and longer and longer. So our citizens are waiting on scene for emergency response longer. We don't want that to happen. We want to keep those response times short because we know in a time of need, we need to be there quickly. And so if you look at the rate of our call volume increase, in 2019, we were just under 10,000 calls. You'll see in 2020, we had a little dip, which wasn't uncommon across the nation. In 2020, we had the pandemic, COVID. And during COVID, a lot of community members weren't utilizing 911 and the emergency response system because they were afraid of contracting COVID, spreading COVID. And actually the hospital said, please don't come to us if you don't need to. So we traditionally never see a dip in call volume, and that time we did. It didn't take long though for call volume to go back up. And in 2021, we were just over 10,000 calls. We project in 2024 to be over 12,500 about our projections. So yes, as those call volumes increase, we have to get more firefighters out there, and the firefighters don't walk or run to calls. They have to go to calls on engines and trucks and rescue units. And so those cost money.
A lot of them.
A lot of money.
No doubt. So Commissioner Pfeiffer, I'm curious, what does this actually mean to the average homeowner? What kind of cost increase would we be looking at?
So if the levy would be approved by our voters, the fire levy would continue funding at $1.50 per 1,000 assessed property value of your home. So the owner of a $400,000 home would pay an additional $12 a month.
Oh, okay. That's doable. Nobody wants to have to pay more, but we are talking about emergency services here.
We are, and we really strive to provide industry best practices, right? It's the type of services that we're trying to provide to our citizens, and we're trying to respond and timely service. And as the fire chief highlighted, it's harder for us to do as these call volumes increase and concurrent calls taking place throughout the fire district delay our ability to respond in a timely manner.
And you know, he's not just talking out of his hat here, folks. Besides being one of our commissioners, Chris is also a fire captain with Fulton Valley Fire and Rescue. So compared to what you see there, are we being efficient, do you think? I mean, how are we doing here?
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like our services here at Fire District 6 are in line with industry best practices and agencies surrounding us.
It's quite possible that we haven't really addressed everything. Any questions that you have? So what would people need to do if they have more questions?
Sure. If citizens have questions, comments, or concerns about anything that you've seen, heard about our upcoming fire levy, we'd appreciate the opportunity to talk with you. So please feel free to call us anytime during business hours. We can be reached at 360-576-1195.
Cool. Chief, anything that we missed you want to throw out?
No, just, yeah, I'm always available to answer questions. And if you have community groups, neighborhood associations, or other events that you'd like me to come out and talk more about what this levy is, then I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, if you have groups who want to tour the fire station, you get to see my lovely face. So, give us a call. We'll go do that. Thank you very much for your time and watching us here today. Appreciate it very much. My name is Dave Schmidt. And again, serious about this. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Have a great day. Have a great time.